put that crack on. The crack keeps telling me yes, gotta
go. You know, when you know
that is fucking honesty right there.
Yeah, it
bro.
really is. Like, because when you know what you want in life, you're not ashamed of it. You know.
Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah podcast.
Crux proper.
Crux, yeah. What's going on, man?
How much, buddy? How are you?
Dude.
It's been a while, huh?
I know, man. I've been trying to get you over here, dude.
Yeah, well, you for different reasons. Yeah, you've been sending weird pictures. I'm not happy about it.
I've been trying to entice you to come all the way down here.
Well, yeah, I
dude.
get here, and then you tell me you have a wife, and I'm just like, this is not what I signed up for. You have a baby. I'm just like, this guy is like,
Dude,
double dipping here.
What the hell, man?
Yeah,
but it's been cool. You've been busy. I've been busy.
I appreciate the flattery on that one. I've been dead to the world. I've been not busy.
Been
whatsoever.
out, MIA?
Yeah, MIA. I've done nothing productive. You?
Dude, I've just been, doing my thing, like doing the mics and all that shit and working out jokes and working on comedy, working out music, doing all the fucking shit. And then obviously taking care of the fucking, newborn baby and then the 1-year-old baby. It's been a fucking hell of a day, dude. Like, it was a rough night last night. That's why I'm drinking coffee at night, because it's just been a fucking hell of a day.
I had a problem. We go ahead
I do have a big caffeine problem.
Do you?
Dude. I drink a lot of. It's not a problem. I'm kidding, but I drink a lot of coffee.
Do you drink?
I drink between definitely more than 4. I'd say probably between 4 to 7 cups of coffee a day, like this size.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I was drinking.
It's not crazy.
No, I was drinking
what I mean?
a lot of coffee. I was drinking maybe 10 cups a day.
Yeah.
And I decided to go cold turkey last September. The worst decision I've ever made in my life. I had a headache for 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know you could be addicted to caffeine like that. I had no clue.
Right.
Have you ever tried going sans?
I have. Dude.
Are you better than
I
me?
quit. So this is the thing, dude. In 2018, I had like a lot of anxiety, and I thought it was because I was drinking too much caffeine. So I quit for the first time in my adult life, because I've always like drank like a shitload of caffeine. And I had a headache for a couple of days, and it passed. Everybody talks about like when you stop drinking caffeine, when drinking so much caffeine, and you're a caffeine addict, you feel like you have so much more natural energy than when you drink coffee all the time or caffeine. I didn't really notice too much of a difference, dude. Like, I took a lot smoother dumps. My dumps were a lot smoother. Than with caffeine. It was a lot cleaner. You know what I mean? They weren't super dirty.
They weren't wet.
Yeah, they weren't like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like a lot less like commotion going on in the intestines.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like a lot more leveled out down there. You know what I mean? Whenever I would take a shit.
I completely understand what you're saying. Yeah.
But other than that, dude, I didn't really notice too much. I didn't notice, oh my God, I have all this energy and stuff like that. But the caffeine wasn't the problem. You know what I mean?
What was it?
I think I just I like upped the days I was working out, because I was working out like a very sparingly.
I was really
at the
hoping
time.
you'd say cocaine. I was like,
No,
the amount
dude,
of cocaine I was doing.
I got that out of the way a long time ago. Yeah, no, it would not have been. Believe me, dude, if I was doing cocaine every day, I wouldn't be like, why do I have so much anxiety? Maybe I should stop caffeine. I noticed things about myself. Coke, I'd just be like, fuck, man, where's my next hit coming from? What can I steal? What can I pawn? What can I get? I've been there, dude.
Yeah.
I've been there. Mainly with heroin, not as much coke. But.
Oh, man. That's a special one, huh? That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never done that. I'm going to save heroin for when I'm 80, I think. I'm going to leave that for my older age. I don't want to ruin my shit now,
Yeah.
80 is seems like a good age. If I'm healthy at 80, it's getting injected. I'm just like, we're going for it, man. Meth, heroin, all the hard stuff, Vicodin. I'm going to do it at the old age.
Don't you have a bit about that or something like that? Don't you ask people who smokes weed and you're like, you guys are pussies, you should do heroin or some shit?
Yeah, I do. I just do it because I just like, people got so into weed and just kind of, it just bothers me.
They're always fucking around.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I have a problem with it. I smoke weed, but people like love it, it's like become a personality when people love coffee and like, oh my God. Have you tried these beans yet? And like, oh, have you tried this strain of weed? Like, no, can I just get high and just like mellow out without
it's really weird, dude.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't want all this extra shit. I just want to.
Let me check this audio. I'm paranoid about this. Just check this out. It's cool. We can just keep talking. There we go.
All right.
Okay, cool. I was just looking at the wrong. Perfect.
Yeah,
I was looking at the wrong section of the screen.
Yeah,
That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, I figured, this high-end production, you'd have an actual producer, but you're doing both.
Dude, I don't have it yet. Not yet. It'll probably be a part of the equation eventually. I just got to make the podcast a little bigger.
To get Junior in here, he's upstairs sleeping, and you just like put him on the one. Dude.
Can you imagine a 1-year-old trying to do this? Like, the laptop will be thrown on the floor, the camera will be toppled over, my equipment will be destroyed.
It'll test your love, though.
It would test your love. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Which way you going? Loving father or Joe Jackson? Like, what are we doing?
Seriously, bro. Yeah. But going back to the weed thing, it is funny because if you go to a dispensary, I've gone to I haven't smoked weed since fucking 2004, but I would go with my friends to the dispensaries all the time in LA, and have you been to a dispensary before?
Colorado, but that's the only time.
Okay, so it was probably the same shit there where you go in and they talk about it like it's wine. They talk about weed they don't even mention the weed. Yeah. They're so this is a sativa strain. It makes you feel kind of bubbly, kind of. This one is going to make you feel kind of electrified through the first half of the day, and then it's like, what the fuck, bro? Come
on, I just want to get high. What is this? I will go blow someone underneath a bridge to get just a regular high. I don't need all this extra. You get a nice little menu and they hand it to you. I'm like, I don't want this. This is too much work. Can you just get me high? I want to do all this stuff.
Totally.
Yeah. It's not for me. I just buy, weed from hood people, they have the good
dude, that's
stuff.
a trippy thing. I mean, going on to all these mics and being around people in Texas, dude, that's the craziest thing about living here in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas is that's getting used to. Now I'm used to it, but when I first moved here a year ago, it took me a little bit to get used to. Weed is illegal here. You need a drug dealer if you want to buy weed here. Yeah, I forgot. That's fucking crazy to me.
That's crazy, yeah. I don't smoke weed. I forgot.
California, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that is very true.
Here you're a drug dealer.
God, man. It's unfortunate. We have medical now, though. They have that Delta 8 stuff. I'm not 100% sure what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Delta 8 and Delta 9, but I don't know how they get away with it. But who the fuck cares? I really don't understand. This is what bothers me about this state. It's we're the freest state. We're so free. But you can't smke weed. We barely can buy a beer at 10 a.m. on Sundays now. We can't even buy alcohol. How free is this fucking state? I hate it. I fucking hate it. I don't know. I just want to be an alcoholic if I wanted to be. Without limitations.
For sure, man. And that's why this is why I have you on, because we're making an announcement. We're making this a libertarian podcast.
That's what I'm talking
this
about.
Week. There's no freedom anymore. God damn it!
I just want to be left alone.
The fucking pussy ass liberals are changing everything, bro.
It's not even.
We're gonna take America back.
I fucking can't stand anybody. I'll just tell you.
Me too. I tell people that. You want to ask me my political opinions, dude? I fucking hate everybody equally.
Oh my god, me too.
I think everybody's equally full of shit.
Yeah, I was having a conversation at a mic, and he's gonna know who I'm talking about, but it's fine. It's whatever.
It's okay. No one knows here. It's somebody.
Yeah, it's somebody, and he'll fucking figure it out. Whatever. But I wasn't trying to be a dick, but he was talking about Greg Abbott and how he's a piece of shit. And I was gonna start just saying, it doesn't matter who's in office. Your rights are going to be trampled on. It just depends on who you agree with more. Everybody's a tyrant as long as they agree with the person, or what's being, stomped on. And I was going to say something to him, and I looked at him, and I was like, you know what? I don't have to do this. And I walked away and bought myself a beer, and I was like, this is what freedom is. I could have just engaged in this and just been stuck here for another 15 minutes talking about some bullshit about some asshole in a wheelchair, and I don't even care about, I don't even believe he got hit by a tree. I think he can walk. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he can walk. But I'm not going to go out and try and push him out of his chair, because he might be a really good actor. Yeah. Talking about Governor Abbott.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just want to make sure we're
but just anybody who's not in Texas, we're talking about the governor of Texas, Governor Abbott. He is in a wheelchair, supposedly.
He claims he got hit by a tree, and he's now paraplegic. But you know what? I've been hit by my parents, and I'm not fucking in a wheelchair. Stop being a bitch.
Yeah, dude.
And he sued, and he got a shitload of money from that. I'm just he's playing the game. That's it. That's all he's doing is playing the game. Yeah,
fuck, man. By the way, hey, today's a special week because we don't have another guest, but we have a special observer.
Oh, we do.
We got Mr. Mike. Do you go by Mike or Michael?
Either.
Okay. Yeah. Got Mr.
Oliver is that little kid from Problem Child, the little redheaded.
Oh, is that his? That's the actor or the character name?
That's how I started.
Wasn't his name Junior?
Junior's his name, but that's how I started comedy. People thought I was that Michael Oliver. When I was
shit!
service, so.
Yeah, they thought you were the problem child.
I would fuck with all those news reporters that would call me when I would do something.
Yeah.
And let them come to my door, and then they'd be like, "You're not that Michael Oliver."
That'd be great. That'd be great, dude.
Do you wish you would have been Gomer Pyle instead?
I know, right? Something.
Yeah. Something. You could have been a real problem child right there.
He did 2 episodes and then did nothing else with his life. Experience in life.
Yeah, Michael's the fill-in producer for today, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's checking it all out. He's hanging out in the background,
It's very odd. When you pulled him out of his gimp cage and you took his mask off, I was like, oh, he is a person. That's fantastic. And it's rare. It's very rare when you see someone that treats their gimps like people, Like, do you have benefits? Is it?
Right here on Crux,
That's what it's all about, dude.
That's it, man.
That's what it's all about. Spider caught a couple of flies.
So sometimes I wonder about like people who live those lifestyles, like first off, how do you get into just being a gimp? And secondly, do you get like measured out for the latex suit? Like, how does that happen? Like, is this one size
well, I
fits
think
all?
part of it, obviously, I think a large part of that comes from a lot of child trauma, right? A lot of childhood trauma is where it starts, right? I think that's where it's rooted in terms of that like lifestyle shit. Because like it's one thing like you can develop like certain kind of sexual preferences and certain sexual fetishes and stuff. And obviously, if you're an adult and you're living your life the way you want to and doing what turns you on, obviously that's great. You know what I mean? As long as you're doing something
to the libertarian ways,
that you like, because this is America. God damn it, we're gonna take it back from those pussy ass liberals, like we said before. No, but yeah, man, you're living your life how you want to live it. That's fine. I mean, if you want to fucking, trade stocks all day and then on the weekends you check in and you're a little filthy slave piece of shit with a collar for a weekend, hey, that's cool, man.
How did you know my weekend? Just the day trader during the week.
Got a leash, licking boots and shit.
Getting walked around by a dominatrix in public. That's fun. Have
fucking
you seen those
barking
videos?
like a dog. Dude, I've heard about several of them.
Yeah. You haven't been in any of them, have you?
Well, I've heard them filming in the background while I have my leash on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've heard cut, action, that's a wrap. Get up, you little fucking dog.
You're a background dog?
Yeah,
Could
dude.
you imagine
I didn't even make the main one. I'm like an extra dog, dude.
You're not even the main bitch. It's so unfortunate. God.
I got a leash on them in the back. I'm not even in focus. They cut my scene out. I feel ripped off. I wasn't union, so I didn't get paid the day rate.
God damn. What a
dude.
fucking ripoff, man.
Yeah, man.
So
we really went off the road with that one.
Well, yeah, that's what I
really went down and hit a tree off the fucking brick road.
It makes me think, because you said there's like a lot of childhood trauma.
I think that's, thanks for bringing me back. So I think that's where a lot of that comes from, because I, years and years and years ago, like, I knew this girl that was like a lifestyle sub, like, and she was like collared and she had like a actual like owner, like a dom.
Holy shit.
But she said,
you're in LA, right?
Exactly. She admitted though that that was like it happened to her. The first time that happened to her was when she was under 18. You know what I mean? She's like, that's the first time that she took on that lifestyle. So obviously that's gonna fuck you up, especially without therapy, without working it out. So then again, as an adult, she was freed from that dom or whatever, and then she all of a sudden, like, she was married and stuff, and she ended up like getting another one, and then that guy like owned her even though she was married. So it's, my point is, if you cross the line into like it's every day, every hour of your life, I feel like there's got to be something going on. There's some issues. It's not, at that point, it's not just what you're doing in the bedroom or the weekend. It's like there's some shit going on.
That's
probably
a lifestyle choice,
right?
And that's like a hard one, man. That's wild.
Or maybe it's to supplement, like you're compensating, like that whole kind of thing where, like I think like people, I was actually talking about this with Colton like a few episodes back, like people that are just really rude and demanding and controlling at like restaurants and any position where they're a customer that has power and has to like have good customer service like presented to them by an employee in that situation where they have to, like if it's like a bartender or waiter, the people that are really demanding, overbearing, like picky and rude, they're probably really miserable and feel like they don't have control over anything in their life. So that's like one of the rare opportunities where they get to control something, you know what I mean? And like really feel important because they don't have a lot going on. So like they supplement it through that. So I think that whole like dom sub, like, crazy lifestyle relationship, gimp type Pulp Fiction shit might come from there. Okay. I don't know.
I mean, at that point though, like, do we like just say, sympathize and be like, he's just going through something? Or do we like take him out back and beat him slightly to death? Or what being
a gimp?
No, for being a dick in a restaurant.
Oh,
you can be like,
fuck, dude, this guy's already suffering. You want to beat him up more? That's what his life is, getting beat up.
I think he likes it, though. I think he likes it. I'm talking about the guy in the restaurant being a dick because he has no power. Like, you just put up with that shit. Like, I understand empathy and I get feeling bad, but like, how far do I feel bad for a person? Like, you rationalize, he's probably, doesn't have power anywhere else. Am I supposed to be like, fine, he can continue yelling at me even though I'm just a server and I didn't get him a water?
Yeah, I think that's so. Because I'll tell you, bro, in all the jobs I've had, I'm that guy who has very little patience. Like, I've definitely gone off on people in different jobs that I've had. Like, it's been a long time, but I worked in restaurants. I did all kinds of stuff. I did sales for years. So, like, yeah, man, when people were, like, rude, I had a very short fuse with that stuff. And I identify with that because, like, you know, I talked about this on another episode, but dude, I think we all have had days where it's just like a bad day. I've been that asshole customer before, but it's very rare. I can count on one hand the times that I've been like that to people. You know, I really try to go out of my way to be nice, like in any kind of customer service setting, because I've worn those hats. I know what those jobs are like. But yeah, dude.
I mean, I don't go out of my way to be nice. Like, that's too far because they're still serving you. Like, they can't be on your level. Like,
yeah,
you understand? Like, being a complete
So you still want to make it known that you think you're better than them.
Of course. This is where tipping comes into hand. This is where tipping comes in. They're like, well, we expect this much. And I'm like, no. I'll give you what I think you deserve. You know, you don't need more. Like, unless you do better, you know, you can't like these people an upper hand. Would they want a future or something? Like, fuck that. No, we all want a future. It sucks out here, man. No, let me flex my power on you. No, I don't know, man. I just like, the only time I ever tipped terribly was at a Waffle House, which I'm sure everybody had like a moment at a Waffle House. Like, I should just leave without paying. I'm sure you had that. But our waitress was gone for a complete hour.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and she comes back at the end. She's like, what do y'all need? And I was just like, just the fucking check. I was like, that's it. And I'm such a dick. No. I'm an idiot. I should have been a dick. My wife said no tip. And I was like, I can't do that. I was like, I'm sure she's going, I had that same inner dialogue. Maybe she's going through something. Maybe she's having these issues.
Bad day.
And I was like, I'll give her $1 at the least. This is before inflation happened. I was like, $1 actually meant something. That much. But it let her know that I wasn't like dismissive of her, you know. But I just kind of wish like she was out back doing heroin instead. Like, I was just pretending like she was having a bad day and she was having like, a really good day. And just like, oh, I'm fucked up. Like, what else do y'all need? That's what I wish. But I don't know. Maybe she's a shitty waitress, you know?
Yeah. And that's why you killed her. Yeah. That's why she's dead.
No, I didn't kill her for that reason. You know, she said $1, and that's what tipped.
That's what she was like.
Like, what do you?
That's what tipped me over the edge.
Way over. Well done, pun, dude. That's well done.
That was fucking horrible, bro.
Yeah, well, you snuck it in there.
You know, my favorite, going back to the Pulp Fiction thing, dude, that my favorite scene is when, I forget the actor's name, the guy who comes in, he's the cop, and then you realize he's like a fucking weirdo creep dude because he comes in. That actor's great. He was in a shitload of stuff in the 90s. The cop comes in and he's kind of running the show, you know, because like the pawn shop guy's like,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
He kind of turns out to be like the lackey of the cop, right? So the cop comes down and he's just sitting there and he's thinking and he's doing like
patting the head.
He's like doing his finger thing where you think he's just like on the leather fucking mask. That shit was so funny.
I'm glad that's what tickles you, you know?
That's so great.
That's fantastic.
I noticed the little things, and that's what really has led to, you know, all my success. Noticing those little things. Noticing the fingers tapping on the leather mask.
Yeah. Well, that's special. Yeah. That's very special. There was this, like, actually, it's funny that you say that. In this original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all right?
Yeah.
Leatherface comes out from, like, behind a freezer door, and he, you know, stuns this teenager, and he has, like, a big old fucking meat cleaver or something, a meat tenderizer, knocks him over the head. Guy falls to the floor. And most people would just, like, fall to the floor and be dead. This guy had a small little shake. And I was like, that's good acting. I was like, I caught that. That's a small thing. Cause
that is smart.
You would have a small convulsion. I would assume. I've never hit or been hit in the head that hard where I would know. I was like, that's good acting. I don't know.
It's good acting, but it could also be a good producer too. And director. Because people could come on set and be like, hey, so just so you know, like when you get hit like this, the person's going to do this. Or they could have like a cop. They could have an EMT. Consulting.
I would rather have that. If some producer just say like, look, when I've hit people in the head from fucking mouthing off, like they shake a little. Like, I would hope an EMT would be like, great. Yeah. I don't want some fucking sweaty producer be like, yeah, this one bitch was like ramping on about a roll, and I decided but she shook a little bit when she hit the floor. You know, like that's what I don't want that as an actor. Could you imagine that? Like, you would be sucking his dick afterwards.
Yeah.
Wow,
you really went there. You made a choice.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I do these things and I don't think about them. I just start talking, man. I'm sorry.
That's cool, dude. It's cool. That's cool, dude.
I don't know what kind of I should have asked ahead of time, what kind of podcast is this?
This is whatever you want it to be, dude. There's no fucking rules.
It's just like my life.
Yeah,
know?
dude.
That's pretty much
it's
it.
like my life, complete failure and out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that really hit close to home. Thank you. No, but you ever look at your, do you have siblings?
I do. I have a sister.
Is she doing better than you or worse than you?
So this is the thing. I would say there's not really an answer to that because she is 10 years younger than me. So she's in a completely different stage of life.
Fuck, are you doing better? You got a house.
Yeah. So if you want to compare like that, I'm doing better, but I'm also a lot older than her. I'm in a completely different stage. So we're never competitive because we're completely different stages. You know what I'm saying? But dude, my 2 kids, the 2 boys that I have so far, I don't know how many I'm going to end up having, but so far I have 2 and they're basically a year apart. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be fucking... I'm going to try to make sure that they're close. I'm going to do everything I can to try to make them a team.
Yeah.
But it's personalities are going to be personalities, dude.
Yeah. I'm not saying that you should make them completely competitive or you should shit on your sister all the time. But sometimes I look at my family and I'm just I rank myself I'm doing but there's people who are doing way worse. They're on meth. I'm just I'm doing better than these people.
Yeah. Well, if I was shitting on my sister all the time, I think we're going back to the BDSM. I think we're going back to the childhood trauma, the lifestyle choice.
Yet again, is she a consenting adult?
Yeah.
Yeah. But also related. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you, out of curiosity, we all agree that, having sex with a family member is terrible, right? Incest is wrong, right?
Well, it depends on what kind of cousin we're talking about. Depends on how far apart we are.
Third, what are we talking about? First?
Yeah, I have not sat down, but I have been involved in conversations where people literally are talking about that.
Really?
Where fucking people are well, look, okay, if it's a second cousin.
Whoa, what part of town were you in?
Dude, it's fucking this in Los Angeles. People talk about shit like that.
That explains a lot.
Because you know what it is, dude? A lot of people, if you got a big family with a lot of extended family, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that could be a thing. I don't know. I have a small family, so I don't know. It's not me. I don't have cousins that I could decide how far they are to fuck, but I don't know. That wasn't me. I've been a part of those conversations. I didn't start the dialogue.
At least you're
I've been part of it.
When you said how far apart they are to fuck, I just thought does it mean a mile radius, or does it mean family tree radius? But you meant family tree, how far apart in the family tree? Not how many miles apart are they? We don't know we're cousins. I don't think. Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew.
Yeah.
They weren't saying they had done it. They were talking about what is acceptable.
Yeah.
How far removed do you have to be for it to not be weird?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't want to find out either. I really. My wife came up with this great "Would you rather," and I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
All right? Would you rather have? What is it? Hold on. Would you rather be dating a meth head, right? And you had to bring her to every family gathering, and she's still shit, but you're in love with her, and you just have to deal with whatever your family says about her? Or would you rather be dating your first cousin and pretend you're single the whole time, even though you're at the same family reunion?
How hot are each of these cousins and meth heads? 'Cause I think that's really going to determine my answer. Because I think, dude, the hotter the girl, you're willing to make sacrifices. If they're a 5, I don't think I would do either. But if it's we're talking 8s, 9s plus, dude, I'll make some sacrifices, dude. I will compromise my values.
Okay, meth head with false teeth. She's pretty good at a 6.
Good veneers? We're talking about hot veneers.
Yeah, 6, but she's still in everything. Your grandma's, doily towels, your grandpa's old Civil War medals. And the cousin, she's solid 5, And
what is the method though? At 8? What is it?
6.
6?
Yeah, it's a split.
Fuck, that's all I get?
That's all you get. These are would you rather.
Rather. Fuck. So they're both 6s, or one's a 5 and one's a 6?
One's a 5 and one's a 6. The 6
fuck,
is a meth
that's
head.
not even. All right, so the meth head's a little hotter, but she steals shit, and the other one's related to me. Mm-hmm. Probably the meth head, dude.
Yeah.
Probably the meth head, because at least I'm not in the family.
That is,
yeah.
It's
things can be replaced. Incest can't be undone.
She stole your grandpa's urn. Well,
how many things does my grandpa have here?
I don't know. I'm just making.
My grandpa was a war hero. He got cremated. They keep the urn in the house.
I don't know what your grandpa's doing right
now. These are some choices.
Is he still alive?
No, he's dead.
No, not either. Both of them.
It was a rough night. I lost my temper.
Yeah. Well,
no, he's been dead for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Been dead for a long time.
Well, I would have kept going with whatever you were shit in the mouth to you.
No, dude. He actually was. He wasn't like a war hero, but he did serve in World War II.
Did he really?
Yeah, in the Navy. Yeah, he did. He was talking about. He would talk about a story. My mom. He didn't tell me this stuff because I was too young. But my mom said that he would tell her and her siblings, my aunts and uncles, stories about how like when they were on like those islands like adjacent to Japan or whatever, they were trained at that point in time to if they were walking and they came around some trees, if they smelled coconut oil, to just start shooting at the trees, because I guess all the Japanese they styled their hair with coconut oil, all the Japanese men. So they were trained, just smell coconut oil, just start shooting at the trees and they'll fall out of the trees.
Damn.
So when he would meet people years later that had coconut oil in their hair, like he'd be like, it would like trigger him.
Yeah, he didn't carry though, did he? Conceal carry?
No, he didn't.
Thank
God, dude.
Yeah,
because that has to be so fucked, because you're trained to do that as like a fucking 20-year-old, like 22, whatever.
That's ingrained.
And then you
You can't get rid of that one.
Yeah, dude.
No.
So I don't fucking know. Different lifestyles, dude.
Yeah, that's wild.
The greatest generation.
They keep claiming that. I'm not sold on it. I'm not 100% sold on that one. Like greatest generation, like fuck that, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude.
The TV choices were awful. Like, I'm sure if they had more TV options, they wouldn't have been that great either.
Yeah. Well, if you gave them TikTok, that wouldn't be the fucking greatest generation anymore, right? They just didn't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
So they
got
didn't
lucky.
get their heads messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, they got lucky with the lack of choices.
Yeah,
really,
dude.
yeah. If you threw them in right now, they'd be as lost as our kids are. I mean, generation. But I don't know, but greatest generation. They keep saying that.
I got a fucking, right? Well, I got something that I want to, I'll write down topics sometimes in case like everything hits a wall or whatever, which I'm not trying to say you hit a wall.
Yeah.
He hit a wall. No, no, not at all. Not at all, dude. But no, I wanted to say this because I've been meaning to bring it up actually on a couple episodes and I keep fucking forgetting. And I want to ask people's opinion about this. What do you think about the surprise friend show up? What I mean by that is, okay, I'll give you an example. My buddy hit me up a couple years ago and he was like, hey man, do you want to go golf? I like golfing, but I'm horrible, dude. Horrible. I don't even keep score. That's how bad I am. I do like being out there. I like getting out there. You know what I mean? I think it's really
You're
fun.
white. You can't help it.
It's in my DNA,
Yeah,
dude. I'm
it's your
come
place
out of
to
the
be.
womb with a set of clubs and a Titleist hat. but yeah, no. So like we go golf, right? We're going to go golf. He knows I'm bad. This guy, he plays like 5-6 days a week. So he's really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he says, hey, do you want to go and do like the back nine of like this course or whatever this weekend, translate for all the non-whites out there. That's like the second half of the course. I was about to
ask
back
what
nine.
the fuck that meant. I was like, I don't know what that
sorry.
Yeah.
I should translate that for you.
I appreciate that.
So like there's the second half though, right? The second half of the course, back nine. So we're going to play 9 holes because 18 holes, that's a long fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was hot. It was in the summer. It was hot. So it was like, let's do 9 so we're not completely burned out, right? Plus he knows I suck. So I'm going to take a while. I'm going to take way longer to play those 9 holes than guys that are good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we show up in the morning. I meet him at the course and unannounced, doesn't give me any prep, doesn't give me any forewarning, nothing. He's like, hey, and by the way, this is my friend, whatever his name was, Jim or whatever
Trevor.
the fuck, whatever the other white guy's name was, right? So there he is, right? And I'm like, okay, this guy is also good.
Oh, no, that's...
So now I'm playing golf with 2 guys who are friends. I don't know this guy.
Yeah.
We just both know my friend.
Yeah.
We're both friends with him. They're both good, and I suck. So now we start playing, and the guys, I start seeing the looks, bro. This guy's other friend starts going like, like giving looks like, fucking, God, this guy's that bad. And it's like, hey, I didn't know that you were going to fucking be here. He didn't tell me this was going to be a trio. I thought this was one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, it was just kind of like that. And that is the most recent example. That same friend of mine did that to me 2 other times with 2 other things, like going out to eat and a couple other things. He was the master of the fucking undisclosed friend show up. Like the fucking, don't tell me, like, hey man, you want to go get something to eat? I show up and there's another dude. There's another guy. I think that's a little weird.
Is this guy married?
So the first times it happened, he wasn't. The golf thing, he was.
He was. So if he brought like a random girl instead of a guy, how would you felt? Would you felt more
So if it was
awkward?
like, yo, this is a girl I'm hanging out with, I feel like that's a little different because that might have
She would
come.
have been bad at golf too.
Well, the golf thing, I don't know, but I'm like, to give a serious answer on it, I feel like that could, when it's a girl that comes in the equation, I think there's a bunch of factors because that could have been like a surprise kind of thing, or they're going to go hook up later, or like it might have been a Tinder thing, or who knows what. I don't know, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And the dynamics of that shit, especially in this day and age with all the apps and shit, I know that that's like, you know, if you're single, that shit can pop up really quickly.
Yeah.
So that would be one thing. But this is like, we're going to go do something together. Like, you know, me and this dude, we're going to go do something. And then there's another guy that shows up that I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The food, like if getting food, I don't think I would have been bothered too much by it, but like something competitive that you're bad at, like that's fucked up, dude. Like that's...
And that's a long ordeal,
Yeah.
bro. Playing
Yeah.
golf, like even 9 holes, I mean, that's at least 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I've only done mini golf in my existence, and that takes forever because I'm not good at that either. I can only imagine a full-size course and how long that would take and being dog shit at mini golf. Multiply that by having a giant fucking drive you got to make. There's no way.
I feel like mini golf is not the fucking like the mandate thing though, right? Like, isn't that like not really like a mini golf? You're playing with a girl, probably, right?
I mean, you call him whatever you want. We had good times playing
Okay,
mini golf.
let's say you're into girls, you're into guys, whatever. But fair point. But regardless of whatever, it's like a significant other thing. I feel like that's
I
a
guess
date.
so.
I feel like as an adult, I feel like mini golf is a date thing. You're either taking your kids if you have kids, or you're going as a kid with other kids. But I feel like if you're adult, because as an adult, I've only played mini golf with like my wife or a girl I was going on a date with or whatever. You know what I mean? I've
Yeah.
never played mini golf. Like, hey, bro, you want to go hit a couple tiny holes around?
Well, see, I didn't grow up around golf courses, so mini golf was golf to me. So I don't appreciate you just.
I don't appreciate you putting down
my mini golf with my bros, dude. Like,
Well, I don't really
golf.
appreciate you appropriating mini golf as golf because
Yeah.
that's not the real game.
I can't afford the clubs. I'm broke. What do you?
I could only afford a putter, you asshole.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
but
Nah.
it's a very odd thing. I only had.
We're
one
losing Michael,
experience.
dude. Michael's yawning. We're losing him.
Oh no!
This is a sample
I'm
audience.
laughing. I don't want to interact.
Oh,
I
what's
don't want to
that?
interrupt.
Yeah.
Don't try to make us feel better, dude. We lost you a long
Yeah,
time
it's
ago.
all
It's
right.
cool. We can take the rejection. We bomb all the
Back
time.
in the box, then. Put the mask back on. Stop.
we bomb all the time. We can take the direction,
No.
dude.
Dude, I yawn all day. I wake up and yawn. I think I yawn while I sleep.
You know, I was thinking it's so funny because you're talking about the caffeine. I stopped drinking as much coffee. This is a long time ago we were talking about this, but I stopped drinking as much coffee. Someone told you that you had the same energy, natural energy. Who fucking lied to you?
Yeah.
I feel like dog shit just drinking 3 cups of coffee. And I'm just like, I'm fucking tired. I'm angry. I'm not trying to be angry at anybody. I'm just trying to make the best of this shit. Who gets natural energy? And where the fuck does it come from? Like, I have no idea. Like, I thought it was like cocaine. Like, I thought that was natural energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what is it? Is it like you center your chi or something? Like what?
I think you need an oil well and one of those rigs. I think that's how you get it. I don't know. It comes from the ground, I think.
Middle East?
Yeah. It comes from there. You can take it from there.
Yeah.
You can get it from here. So, yes, I will tell you one thing. Going back to the caffeine, though, one thing I did notice about the natural energy, throughout the day thing, I thought that was kind of bullshit. But the thing that I do think was actually true about that, one thing I did notice for the few months that I was off caffeine and didn't drink any coffee altogether, and that's the main caffeine that I drink is coffee, like black. I don't drink Red Bulls very often, you know what I mean, or anything like that. So when I started again, I did notice when I got addicted to the caffeine again and back on the coffee, I would be super deprived of energy and crave that uplift in the morning when I got back addicted to the coffee. And I noticed I didn't have that while I was off of the caffeine. Like I would just wake up and just everything would be very linear. Like there wouldn't be any jolt. So like when you drink the caffeine though, you're like really groggy and then you're like, dude, the caffeine. And then when you have it, then you're like, good. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a very, very, very mild version of like needing like a hard drug to feel normal kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I guess it's like you do kratom, I guess, if you want to. I don't know. Like
Dude, my buddy did that. I would not, because my buddy did that to try to like do it as like a workout supplement. And he's like, he's got really bad ADD like I do. And he was like, dude, that was insane. I'm never doing that shit again.
But what does it do?
He said he got a big jolt of energy, but all it made him do was just like worry about shit and be super focused on different things.
awful.
Yeah, it wasn't. He did not make it sound like a good thing.
Yeah, that's not great.
So, what do you think about that surprise thing though? Surprise if you got thrown off by another.
Yeah, I would be fucking.
Isn't that a little weird? I think it's a little weird.
off, yeah.
I would announce it. You know?
Yeah, for sure, I would announce it.
Like when you came to do the pod today,
Yeah.
even though it's not the same kind of thing, I told you that Michael was going to be here just so you would like be prepared what's going on. You know what I mean? I feel it's fair, even if you're not hanging out for hours.
Yeah.
I feel it's fair to disclose to somebody that you're going to be hanging out with or doing something with the full scope of what's going on, just so they know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a fair thing to do. Especially the golf thing, man. That's a fucking, like you said, it's a day's worth of shit to do, and he's good at it, and you have to get these judgmental looks from somebody.
Dude.
That part would fucking drive me crazy. Like, I don't know.
Hardcore.
I know you're friends with my boy, but I'll fuck you up. Like,
Yeah.
you not look at me like that. I didn't know you were going to be here. I'm going to be in the country club having water, you know?
Yeah,
what
dude.
do you do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you tell him anything? Either guy. No. But he does this a lot.
He did it to me 2 or 3 times. The unannounced fucking other friend showing
You
up.
never said nothing?
No, I don't know why. I never did.
You're a nice person.
No, he's dead. No, just
He brought one too many
Down
friends.
the 9 hour on the 18th hole.
Yeah,
Dude.
he had it coming. Nah, that's an odd one, dude. I could not imagine. I mean, the only time that's ever happened to me is when I met a guy on a plane, and we ended up hitting it off as friends.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, let's go hang out, and we'll go watch Golden Gloves here in the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
Did that thing fall over? Does that matter?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Did it? Let me say it.
I
Let me
don't know.
check. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
Technical difficulties.
Let's see what's going on. The camera fell down. Let's see.
Even
if I can't fix it, it's not a huge.
It's not a big deal. I just seen it out of the corner of my eye.
Thanks, man. I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, I thought your house was haunted, and I was like, it's too nice over here to be haunted.
That's great,
Simply
dude.
too nice.
I was so paranoid this house was haunted. Like
Really?
the first night. Well, when you get a new place, new apartment, new house, that first night that you're,
It keeps
God
doing
damn
It's
it,
haunted.
yeah, it's fucking, fuck it. We got it. I have enough with that angle anyway,
All
so
right.
we're good. The house first night stay is always crazy for me because I'm always paranoid if something's going to be haunted. You know, if a place is going to be haunted. So yeah, that is something.
So did anything happen at all?
No, nothing's happened. I've never had that, but I'm always paranoid because of all the movies I've seen and all the reality shows I've seen.
I mean, they put that in your head. I remember the first time I bought a house with my wife. Fucking dumb. We bought a brand new house, which I recommend to anybody. Don't buy a house. It's the dumbest thing. Don't buy a new one. No offense to you. Don't buy a brand new house. It's
Dude, I love I've done all the renting and shit.
No, don't rent
Why
either.
don't you think, just be homeless. Don't have a house.
That is the way to go.
That is the way.
Have you not seen them? God, they live under the sun, and the moon, the weather, they're just living very naturally. No taxes. They don't really got to brush their teeth. Who's telling them to do it? Actually, I've seen a homeless guy brushing his teeth with hand soap.
So first of all, it's unhoused. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
God, dude.
The first house I bought, it was so brand new that the front door had to be slammed shut. Right?
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know that. And so we fell asleep and the door flew open because it was windy. And the neighbors called the cops. And the cops came, and the house is like, we were just sleeping on the floor because we just got the house that day. Fuck, man. I'm just freaking out because it's a 2-story house, and I just see flashlights, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I run out there in my underwear. And you know how lucky I am that I wasn't shot to death? I think about that moment a lot.
Fuck.
And I see them, and I'm just like, oh. And they're like, oh, we just seen the door was open. I was just like... And I'm fucking waking up, so I got a hard ass dick. I'm just like, officers, I'm sorry.
That's the best part.
Dude, it sucks so bad. They're like, the door was open, and I was just like, I don't know how that happened.
See, that's
sir.
the kind of shit they leave out in like movies and TV shows and stuff. It's like when they have scenes like that where it's like first thing in the morning, this grown man's getting out of bed with a situation. It's like, dude, that guy's gonna have morning wood.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
aren't accounting for that.
No, they don't.
Not realistic.
And then you know what? Maybe you should petition like Paramount, like make your movies more believable. I'm tired of this. Like I need men with hard dicks coming out of beds.
Dude, 100%, man, 100%. So, I got some shit to show you. Okay, and we got some shit to go over. The first thing I'm gonna go over with you. Couple things that I've gone over in previous episodes, but this is something. So I actually was going to talk about this last week, but it happened like right after we recorded that episode. So I'm talking about it now. This is like maybe like a weekish old, which in the 24-hour news cycle is like a million years ago. But in terms of life, it's pretty fucking recent.
I don't keep up with anything, so it's all new to me.
You know who Jen Psaki is? The White House
she's
correspondent,
like
press secretary. Yeah.
Wax figure of some sort.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
terrifying.
Yeah. She's a ginger, so
She's
something's fundamentally wrong.
House of Wax. Yeah. What about her?
So she was on The View and she gave.
Shit.
It's such a fucking puff. Like I said, dude, I don't care if Democrat,
I love The
Republican,
View.
liberal, conservative, whatever.
It's a great
dude.
show.
Any politician is just it's politician or not. The shows like that are so fucking fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, God, dude, it's just so
I'm
ridiculous.
pretty sure Whoopi Goldberg's not a real person. Like,
Whoopi Goldberg is a fucking OG comic, but I guess she lost her way or she's getting paid a shitload of money. I'm sure she is. But either way, man, let me show you this, and let me show you this clip just to give you a little background. She was kind of doing this big puff appearance on The View like a week or so ago, and they were just giving her like lob softball underhand questions.
She's
like
a girl.
Joe, like, so Biden's doing amazing, right? And she's like, of course he is. Like things like that. Kind of like Trump's like Fox News appearances. It's like, so a lot of people say you have a big dick and you're a genius. Do you agree with both or just one of those?
I don't like.
It's just like
it's very true.
Yeah. Like it happens on both sides. It doesn't matter what your political views are. Like, you go on the thing that caters to that audience that supports whatever your thing is, and then they give you these softball questions. Yeah. So that's what she's doing just on the blue side of things.
Okay.
So this is the thing though. This is the reason why I'm bringing it up, because a lot of people are criticizing this, and I think it's hilarious. So I wanted to riff on it. Just to give you some background before I play it. She gave this kind of like what people called tone deaf response to this question. So just to give you background, she's talking about like, we got all these people vaccinated. It's been a great campaign. We've had some problems. We're going through like all this filibuster shit in Supreme Court, whatever right now, or, going through things, laws getting passed, and then whatever the fuck. Yeah. But then she says this about it being like a big struggle, like politically. This is what she said.
Sad, angry, pissed off, feel those emotions. Go to a kickboxing class, have a margarita, do whatever you need to do this weekend, and then wake up on Monday morning, we got to keep fighting. And what that means, Lindsay, is we have to keep talking to members about federal legislation. That's essential.
Okay, so fucking, that's right.
That makes me so happy.
That's how out of touch she is with the fucking country, dude. It's like fucking, like, are you going to tell that to the fucking like out of work fucking Rust Belt worker that like hasn't had a job in years because the factory closed down and shit? Just fucking take it easy this weekend, dude. Have a margarita, go to a kickboxing class.
Pump the brakes. Do you know what kind of meaning his life would find if he took a kickboxing class? Maybe he's never done anything like that. Maybe it would help him. You ever think about that? Like, maybe he could find himself. Maybe he didn't need to weld. Maybe he needed to be a coal miner. Maybe all he needed to do was kick a bag. You ever think about that, Crux? Maybe she's not closed-minded.
No, I haven't. Because, dude, but that's so fucking, it's just like,
it is. It's very
so funny because like, she just assumes everybody lives this certain kind of lifestyle. Yeah. And that's why, like, she got criticized for that. It was like fucking, it was just like, like have a margarita, go to a kickboxing class. Yeah, thanks, man. My business closed down during COVID and I haven't had any money for over a year. And I've been going into debt trying to figure it out.
I see, that was his fault. They had PPP loans, just take out.
Who's fucking, how much are they paying you, bro?
You
came in. That's how extensive they are. Like, they want to nab every person that's gone to every podcast.
Yeah, look, I've been bought and
the
paid
View
for
page
by anybody who's offering, okay? I will take any money.
And that was good, too. You came in like a pool hall hustler, too. Like, Jen Psaki? I don't even know who that is.
Who is this broad?
That's like
she
something.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Like, I think she's right.
You're like that pool player. It's like, hey, you know what, man? Maybe this game you want to put some money on, make it interesting.
Pull a pool stick out of my pocket. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's fucking.
It's just so funny because it's like, it's okay, guys. Like, chill out.
Relax,
fucking. Yeah. That's like the CEO, like with the company closing, like, and he comes out and like he's been making $1 million a year, and he tells all these people they're making $30K a year. Like, hey guys, don't worry about it. Get on your private jet, have a privately cooked meal. Take a bath in your giant bathroom, go sit in your hot tub. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. Consuela's going to bring the kids later, and y'all going to go to, the Barbados, and y'all going to have a good time.
Have your housekeeper watch the kids for the night. Have your assistant put all your calls on hold.
Yeah. Tell your wife to go with a trainer because you're going to go with your hot 18-year-old. Yeah. We all do this. This is what I mean, I don't know. They're all out of touch, but it's fantastic, man. I do enjoy that because if anybody can't see how fake it all is, like, you deserve to be lied to. And you deserve to be getting fucking bamboozled every time you go to the fucking voting booth. You're like, I'm going to make a difference. You know what's crazy? Is my parents, my grandparents, and my great-grandparents have been voting to make a difference. Nothing's gotten better. It's all shit. Like, how?
You know what my theory is about that?
What?
Because I agree with you 100%. And you know what my theory is? I think the problem is, like, shit is just Now, I'm not talking about for everybody, because obviously there are a lot of people with fucked up, challenging situations like me in my life, dude. Like, I've been in dark places in my life, but for the past, like, for a long time, I've been very fortunate, man. I've been in a good place. And that's just like, I take that as just a luck and a blessing and all that shit. And I, but for the grace of God, there go I kind of thing. Like, hey, man, I know there are people in fucked up situations. It could be me too. Just happens to not be right now. But either way, as a country, like compared to a lot of other countries, I think things are just there's just so much money, dude. There's so much money flowing around, and things are so good compared to how they have been in other periods in history. Like, things are probably the best they ever have been right now, like in the world, in terms of like compared to like World War I and all these other times where there's just been like all this crazy shit. And we're a rich country, so it's like I feel like there's this, like, this is my little theory on it as just a fucking random idiot who has an opinion. I think things are so good that it's just like no one wants to fucking like actually do anything, because everybody's still like, things are still okay, right? Like, if people were like out of food, or like they're out of gas entirely, or if gas became like $20 a gallon, or things were like impossible, it was impossible to live like any quality of decent life, that's when people start like going like, okay, we need to fucking overhaul some shit. We need to make a change.
Do you think people would? I think people too.
I don't know.
I think people are just giving up. I don't think people give a shit anymore, as long as they get just enough to get by.
Well, I think that's been the case for a long time.
You know, that's like most people are like, can I still get on a cruise ship? And like, that's what all people would care about. And
Can I still get Taco Bell at 1 o'clock? Yeah.
We still got fourth meal. Like, are we doing
Chick-fil-A is still open, right?
Please.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all people care about. No one gives a shit about anything else. Yeah, I mean, I would say, people have been beat down into complacency, but I mean, I don't think anything's going to change. It's not going to get any better for sure. But
yeah, I think if things are just good enough, there's going to be like way more complacency than people that want to do something about it. And as long as that remains the case, then everything's just like that whole phrase, like, whatever. Now it went from the libertarian podcast to the overall political, which I didn't want to make it like a political one. I just thought that was so funny how she's just like, fucking, look, just go back to your pool and hang out and fucking.
Dude, it tickles the shit out of me, because everybody like, minus her, I mean, everybody like the people don't understand like the daily lives of a middle class person, or like even a poor person. Like, they just like, they just live their lives in DC, and they have all this fucking money that none of us have. It'd be great to have it, but I'm fucking, who gives a shit? Like, I don't fucking care. If you're poor, stay poor. Like, that's what I say. That's my motto, and I'm running for president. No, I don't know.
And
man.
You need that fucking super PAC money, which is why you're like, fucking, hey, she's doing what she can, man. She's doing her job. She is a woman working today. She is trying to be a figure and a role model.
She makes 75 cents to every dollar a man makes, okay? Understand that she's still struggling out there, okay, Crux? I don't need you shitting on this nice little lady, okay? And the ladies of the View...
Do you know how hard it is to be a ginger woman?
Yes.
It's so hard.
She had a tough life growing up. People had to pretend she was a person. God damn it. No.
People had to treat her like she had a soul, and we all know that she doesn't have one.
Not at all. I mean, you can tell behind those dead eyes she ain't got nothing going on back there. She don't give two shits about anything.
Dude, I just thought it was so funny, though, man. Yeah. It was like,
no, it tickles. I do love that. I love when people are just like, oh, let's have a margarita. Relax.
Yeah, dude.
The inflation's super high. What are you worried about? Have a beer. Like, oh. But you know what, thing? That's what people do. Like, there's like been red flags going on. People are just like, fuck it. It's fine. It's fine. What am I going to do about it? That's what really is the answer. Nothing. I don't do shit about it. Just go watch little Timmy play Little League. No one gives a shit. It's whatever. You had kids, you know that? And you're bringing them into this world.
Yeah, dude. Well, I actually have a section on this podcast that I just started a couple episodes ago called Mean to Kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where we point out like things that a lot of people think are cute that kids are doing or whatever, and we talk about how much an idiot the kid is. So it's been pretty cool. But I wanted to replace that this time to go over these, because these are pretty good. I want to get your opinion. So that was the first one. Let me get your opinion on this one. This is something.
Next time, just like stop me, because I will just keep talking. Like, I will not stop.
Dude, that is so rude of you to talk on a thing where all we're doing is talking.
I'm just like a fucking chihuahua.
I cannot believe
going, dude. I'm
just that you would fucking talk on a podcast.
I'm a chihuahua and you're a male lady. I'm just like, and I'm just like, and
why do I have to be a lady? You changed my gender?
I just wanted to be inclusive, dude. I'm sorry.
You made yourself a little dog bitch, and you made me a literal fucking woman.
Yeah, you wanted to say bitch, didn't you?
No, I was thinking about that. You made me a literal bitch. I wasn't thinking like, well, let me watch my steps here. It's like I'm being backed by fucking Jen Psaki over here.
Well, relax. Have a margarita, dude. Come on. We're just playing.
We're both funded by the super PAC. It's
Exactly.
cool. We're both for sale.
Oh, I definitely am.
And that's what's wrong with this country, goddammit. Which is why we're taking it back on the Libertarian Podcast.
All right, what's the next thing?
Fuck. You look at you. Okay, what's the next fucking thing on your piece of shit show, dude? Let's go. Let's
I
run.
actually want to keep talking about gin sake.
What do you want to say?
I know I don't want to talk
Oh,
about
you
it.
don't?
No, I
well,
don't.
fuck
No.
her then.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. So what do you think about this?
You know we got security cameras on his house.
This is fantastic.
Okay, so it's amazing. This is gold, dude. That's why I had to
watch
play
it
that
one
one
more
again.
time.
You want to watch it again?
Yeah.
So if you're just listening, before we play that clip again, just to fill everybody in who's just listening, there's a girl who she thought she was going to be part of this like cool clique of criminals that are stealing Amazon packages off the porch of people's houses. But what she didn't realize is that the team she thought she was a part of ditched her when
were
she
no
threw the
Danny
package.
Ocean.
She steals the package off the porch, throws the package in the car. The minute the package is in the car, she's about to get in. But before she can get in the car, the guy or whoever was driving the car drove off. So they ditched her and took the shit. So she got fucked and she gets manhandled or woman handled. Sorry, we're an equal opportunity podcast here. She gets handled by the fucking lady. Yeah, the homeowner.
I thought that was a
she could
man.
be a renter too.
She
You ever
could
thought
be.
about that?
No, I don't think they're not people.
You're
really.
appropriating homeownership
Yeah,
right now.
renters are not people. They're just
Renters aren't people.
they're cash cows. What are you talking about?
I like your campaign you're going to run as a politician, by the way. You're like, don't rent, don't own. Just live on the street.
Live on
It's
the
free.
Yeah, we'll buy you drugs.
Okay, let's watch it again because it is gold. Okay. Fuck. Hold
That's
on.
all right.
Sorry.
It's gonna
Technical
restart. No,
difficulties,
it's all right.
folks. Technical difficulties. Okay. Wait, what the fuck happened to the sound? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. No, we have to do it with the sound.
Taking off.
That's the best part. That's the best part, dude.
The fact that he just takes off, and I'm assuming it's a man because he was gone.
You know we got security
Okay,
cameras
so
on his
what is your theory about what happened with why they took off? What do you
Why-
think happened?
Oh, they got what they needed was the package. They don't need the other person. It's
But why do you think?
expendable.
I get that, but why do you think that was? Because I had my theory that I've talked about before, like of what prompted that, and like what is yours? Do you think they were planning that the whole time, or do you think that came up?
I think it was just a good opportunity. Like, we got to get rid of this one. She's a little slow anyway, you know? Like, we'll just get another package handler.
You think it's because? Make sure you're talking up to the
I'm
to
sorry,
the mic,
dude.
by the way.
I'm really
dude. Oh, that's
sorry.
cool. Bring it closer to adjust it. I don't want you to be uncomfortable, but just like make sure you're fucking.
I'm uncomfortable
Yeah.
with you. The way
You're like
stare
you
at
just
my-
made me uncomfortable
Yeah, the
by
way you
bringing
look
that
me
up.
in my eyes.
When you told me to put that up to my mouth. So what I said about it was I thought it was like maybe a dude, like it was a boyfriend girlfriend team thing, and maybe they were at fucking like some restaurant and they got into a fight, and then like he was like, "All right, bitch, let's fucking see," you know, and then he took off. That was me.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
You put a whole
guests,
backstory to it.
That's what I do in my mind, dude.
Yeah,
That's what I do in my mind.
That's great.
So I create a backstory for everything.
Yeah. See, now I have to think about that, man. Like, I don't know. I would just assume, you know, that these are like first timers at this. They think they have an easy mark. It's
Yeah.
probably some lady in their neighborhood they can't fucking stand either. And they're just like, well, fuck Martha.
I think, in all seriousness, though, I think what happened now, because I've seen this a few times now, because I
You
found the
love
clip.
this video, huh?
It's a great video. I mean, it's a pretty
really
damn good video, right?
Yeah. When she gets thrown to the floor by them taking off is what tickles me the most.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
So, dude, yeah, I think in all seriousness, what happened is, she was part of the team, and then they saw the lady coming out of the house, so they took off.
Yeah.
They made sure she threw the shit in the car. They took off because the lady was coming, and they probably were like, "I don't want her to see the license plates if she hasn't seen them."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to
Very
take off.
clever as a driver. you
Yeah,
know?
that was actually a really good move.
This is why I think it's a male driver and not a female driver.
And I think that's why when someone goes like, "Hey, I'll be the driver, you be the package stealer," like never accept that role.
Unless you've ran track or something and you are a little quicker on your feet. That girl was not quick at all. So she hasn't ran ever. And she's decided this is the moment I'm going to grab this 30-pound package and start running for my life. No.
No.
You deserve to get ran over.
You deserve.
Yeah,
You
you have
deserve.
it coming, man.
I think so.
I'm just really sad like the back tire didn't run over her legs. Like man, just like insult to insult.
God, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go dark?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, she was
As a
stealing
representative of the DNC
Yeah.
and Jen Psaki's, Texas
I'm
correspondent.
not going to get elected here. I'm just running.
By the way, going back to that's what's so fake about those shows, right? Because when they're like, hi, Kate, how are you? Oh, I'm great. It's like, that's not a personality.
No, not at
That's
all.
not real.
No, that's what you wanted me when you started, before we started this podcast. Like, I need you to be like up high.
Yeah, I was giving you direction before we turned the cameras and the fucking audio on. And I was like, hey, man, All right, so
Don't be
let me
your
see.
Usual piece of shit self.
All right, so what do you think about this guy? Here's the last thing I'm going to show you.
I'm gonna do it for my nigga I just met right here, y'all. My mind's telling me no, but that crack, y'all. That crack keeps telling me yes. Gotta go.
When you know
That is fucking honesty right there,
it
bro.
really is. Like, because when you know what you want in life, you're not ashamed of it.
So if you couldn't hear exactly what was going on, or if you're just listening, that was a gentleman in a car that was basically singing a jolly song about how he's addicted to crack and it's calling his name and how he loves crack. I can relate to that. As a fucking addict, I can relate to that.
You never did crack, I assume. Right?
Oh, I smoked crack. Fuck yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is it as good as he's like making it out to be?
It's intense. So this is the thing. And this is just my opinion, because I know there's some people that kind of cross, that go like across all different like drugs or whatever, like all kinds of different types. There's usually like people that do hard drugs, like as somebody who used to do hard drugs a lot, there's usually like downer people and upper people most of the time. There's some people like that can dabble on each one. I did a little, but at the end of the day, I think you're either like going to be like someone who really likes like heroin and pills that bring you down, or you're going to be like someone who likes meth or crack, things that bring you up. Yeah. Right. A lot of the crackheads that I've known, or like tweakers that I've known, have been like, I fucking hate heroin. It made me sick. Like, it made me puke. I hated it. And then like junkies, like heroin people like me, it's like, dude, I don't want to be up all the time and fucking, all that shit. Either way, smoked crack a couple times. I actually shot crack once, and I smoked it another time. So I smoked it like just after I turned 18. There were a couple of these like fellow white trash dudes
or something.
It was the high school I went to. You don't get a diploma, you get a crack rock, and you smoke it as a rite of passage.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they're basically like, this is your future, so let's just get to the point and be real about what your options
California?
are. No, and it wasn't. It could have been though, right?
It definitely could have.
So dude. So
one listener in Bakersfield's like, this fucking asshole knows our high school.
couple of these fucking couple of these dudes. I was it was a fucking horrible situation that shouldn't have. And I was like, a couple of my buddies had an apartment, and I was like flopping there, crashing there for a couple of days or whatever. They shouldn't have been given an apartment. You know what I mean? These are these are two dudes that have no business having an apartment.
Yeah.
Right? But they have an apartment because some desperate landlord let them have an apartment. So they got 5 people crashing there.
Buddy.
Yeah. They got 5 people crashing there. Then there's these 2 fucking dudes that come over, like way older than me. I was like 18 at the time. They were probably in their at least 30s, if not older. And they fucking smoked crack with everybody, dudes. They were just passing the pipe around, man. And I like smoked some crack. And I was doing a bunch of other drugs already at that point in time.
They knew the other people.
They knew the guys who lived there. Yeah.
Oh, thank
I
God.
didn't know them, but they knew the guys. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they're just knocking on random doors and whoever answered, like,
Well, it was that same friend. He invited them over and didn't tell them that there were going to be other people. See, that's the pattern that I'm bringing forth here. No,
It's really
went
good.
from crack to golf.
Yeah.
Big spectrum with that guy. No, this is a long ass time ago. I was fucking 18. I was a kid. These guys were like, I would say at least in their 30s, if my memory serves me correctly. They came over to hang out with these other dudes. And, I was already doing pills. I was doing so many drugs at that point in my life, dude. And like, so was everybody in that apartment. And I was like, I wanted to fucking, I was in a dark place, bro. I was like, let me do more drugs. Let me do harder drugs.
Yeah.
I smoked crack with them. It was fucking intense, dude. It was intense. It was addictive. I can see why people fucking... Once again, I'm not an upper person in terms of how my brain is wired, so I didn't get as crazed for it as people do, but I can see why they do, because it was super fucking intense, man. It was like, it hits you and then all of a sudden just goes away. So you feel like really fucking awesome for like 5 minutes and then it's over.
That's it?
That's about it. The crack high's quick, dude. Crack high's quick.
That's not even worth it. 5 minutes. God, it's like,
Crack high is quick, dude.
Oh man, that's not even worth it. It's crazy though.
But
terrible.
going back to this guy, I think that was great because that was like him showcasing his vocal talent, but also being very open about his kryptonite, like his weakness, his addiction. You know,
they don't make songs like that anymore. You know,
they really don't.
They're vulnerable and they talk about their problems. It's all about shaking ass, eating ass. It's like it's vulgar stuff, and he was just a songbird with a crack problem.
What channel? What songs? What Spotify playlists? Are you, you're on the eating ass,
buddy.
shaking ass.
What's all whatever hip hop is? Like, what's crazy about that,
dude? But that's the thing. Hip hop has gone in this direction where people are talking about their feelings and crying about stuff, though.
Yeah. What was that? Triple X Tension.
XXXTentacion.
Yeah. Whatever, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was, from what I understand, was very.
He was one of them, but it's still going on.
Is it really?
Still, it's like like, hey, they're mixing a lot of it's an interesting direction because like rap and hip hop has gone in this kind of emo direction where it's like they're talking about like how vulnerable they are and like people that are antisocial, or they're talking about like getting done. They're bringing like the broken heart stuff of like R&B and like that kind of stuff from back in the day. They're bringing that into like the rap section. So you got like this music that's like trappy and rappy and stuff and like gritty, but then you have like rappers are also singers now. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like kind of half-ass singing, half-ass rapping, which is good. I like it. I'm a fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is different. It's different the way the directions have gone. It's like, cause you got NWA compared to now, it's like, it's gone in this like kind of vulnerable direction.
Yeah. What do you think the next step is? Like straight up musical like numbers, or what do you think?
I think things are going to, this is just my prediction. I could be totally wrong, but I think things are going to speed up again. Like, in terms of tempo and stuff, like across the board. I think, just like rap and trap is like basically a form of pop music now. It's super popular. And like, like you got Drake and all this stuff. That's basically pop music, right? At this point in time. It's so slow tempo wise. Music has gotten so slow. If you listen to a lot of the big hits, like a lot of the big trap songs and stuff, the tempo is way slower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think my prediction is that stuff is going to be in style I feel like it's already kind of reached its pinnacle, maybe in like 2019 or so. Now we're a couple years later. Pandemic probably kind of fucked up and jumbled shit around a little bit, but like, I feel like in the next couple years on, you're going to start to see gradually that style change, and you're probably going to see things speed up a little. That's in terms of tempo and the speed of the song, because trap got so popular, the last 10 years and kind of slowed things down.
Yeah.
Like things got so slow. So my prediction is that it can't stay like that forever. So it's probably the new trend is probably going to be speeding it up a little bit.
Yeah, but lyric-wise, what are we thinking?
Lyric-wise,
we're going to go further into we're going to have like the Hawthorne Heights.
I think that's going to change.
Crux.
I think it's going to change because I think a lot of that emo stuff from the early and mid 2000s that was like, in rock and metal and stuff, that transferred over to rap and hip hop. So I think that stuff also is going to be like, you're going to look back at like 2018 to 2022 and you're going to think, that was when all the trappy emo stuff was going on. I feel like kids 10 years, like my kids will like look back and be like, oh, that was the style back then. Oh, it's way different now, I'm
curious now which way. I guess everything goes in a circle anyway. So you think
everything goes in a circle.
Aggressive coming around?
Could be aggressive. Could be. But I don't know what it's going to be in terms of the attitude, but I can tell you, I think in terms of the feel and stuff, I think things are going to speed up eventually. Yeah. They're going to kind of go back to when it was like a little faster, like a little bit more upbeat.
I don't listen to any of it anyway. I don't like rap.
No one listens to you, so.
I don't care about that either. I don't listen to myself most of the time.
What?
I don't listen to myself, buddy, at all. I just talk and just no one wants to hear it, No, I was going somewhere with the Crux, and you just ruined it.
I fucked it up. That's a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
Does your wife enjoy it?
To throw people off and ruin conversations.
Do you ever ruin her conversation when she's talking to you about something serious? You just say something just like out of the blue, and she's like, "Why are you saying that?"
No, well, the ADD helps because I just tune everything out. Anyway, dude, I feel like we didn't say enough. I don't know. Did we say enough about this guy? I feel like that was very straightforward and it was very honest. Do you think he went and bought some crack when he drove away, or do you think that was
he might have been on crack?
I think for sure he was
at the moment. Yeah, and I think he carries crack on him at all times. I don't think it's like something he's without.
Yeah,
he had a car. If any crackheads with a car, they're doing enough to get by. Usually it's just like they're stealing shit.
Yeah.
to get by to sell and buy their drugs. He had a car, and it was
He's got a
running
car.
well.
Yeah.
I don't think my car runs that well. It's crazy.
So he hasn't hit bottom yet.
No.
No.
And he still had like 4 teeth up front. I don't know if like crack ruins your teeth, but
I didn't see how many teeth he had.
I counted. And I think he had a gold necklace on. I don't know if it was real, but he looked like he was doing pretty well. Like, you can be a functioning alcoholic. Why can't you be a functioning crackhead? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that he had? So the guy who was filming that video, do you think they were like, "Hey, bro, like do something funny or do what you just said and then film it again," or do you think he was like, "Hey, bro, here's $5, can you do it?" That's a legit question because he was like, "Hey, man, I'm going to do this for this." If you heard what he said before he did his song, he was like, "I'm going to do this right here for this guy I just met." He said something to that effect, like, "My man right here that I just met."
Oh, okay.
So he probably was like, "Hey," like maybe he was saying some funny shit, like being on crack, or maybe he asked him for money and he said, "Is it for crack?" And then he was like, "Okay, well, can you do me a favor? Can you here's $5, can you do this?" Or he might have just been like, "Hey, bro, you got a good singing, but can you do that again?"
Yeah.
You know, sing that song again. It's funny. I always wonder what people say with people they don't know like that, like before they hit record. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, because I have a hard time asking somebody who's not a crackhead, like, can I record you, or can I take a picture of you, or can you take a picture of me? You know, like, I couldn't imagine asking a crackhead that same question. You know, like, it just seems like they wouldn't answer the way you'd want them to do. But apparently some have a heart of gold. Who would have guessed? Yeah.
I have a hard time when I take the leash off at the BDSM club and take the mask off and get off of all fours. I have a hard time asking anybody anything at that point. So,
dude, I'm
trying to bring it full circle, because we're over the hour. So I'm trying to bring it back. No, it's not. It's not your fault. Okay. I'm just telling you, like, we're at usually when I like to kind of start wrapping it up because we're over an hour.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, when you take off the leash and the gimp outfit or whatever you do at the BDSM club, do you look yourself in the mirror and try to like find who you are again without it, or do you just feel that emptiness without it?
I think that is what I do to fill the void inside myself. So at that point, I feel very fulfilled and I feel like I have a purpose.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Man. It's pretty great.
How wish I could find that.
And it's a great way to stay in shape. Remember that from Family Guy? The guy, like, they interview the biker, like the guy who's like cycling, the cyclist, and he's like, "And it's a great way to stay in shape." And then like he would end that with everything, "And it's a great way to stay in shape." No. That show was so fucking genius back in the day, dude.
Yeah. It's a shame that I don't watch it anymore.
Neither do I. I was watching the newer seasons up until maybe like a few months ago, but they still have some decent shit. But yeah, that you can't beat those first few seasons of Family Guy.
Fantastic.
Those took what the Simpsons and South Park were doing, and they just put it on crack. Like they put it on steroids.
Yeah,
they changed the game, dude.
Yeah. But nothing can last that great for that long, you know?
No, you got to just be glad that you were great for a while. No one can stay amazing forever. You know,
like, one TV show that you could watch over and over again?
I mean, I've watched Sopranos over and over again all the way through. I've watched Breaking Bad a couple times all the way through.
These are like generic answers. You know, I think people would say those answers. Is there like any other
There's a lot of people that don't like those shows, though, believe it or not, bro. There are people out there that don't like those shows. My wife does not like Sopranos at all. She was a Breaking Bad fan, but she does not care for Sopranos. She's tried, too. She's tried.
Does she hate guineas?
Last time I checked, I don't think so.
Oh, just checking. You know, I don't know if there's some sort of bias or not. You know.
Dude. No, my family still hasn't gotten over all the stolen possessions yet. Yeah, so
it's a hard thing to get over.
So, okay, man, you got any shows coming up? You got anything you want to plug? Where are you going to be?
Just my butt, dude. That's it. I got nothing going on. I'm getting back at the comedy thing, and if you thought this was funny.
Well, this is great, dude. This is great. Yeah, you did a great job. This is fucking cool, man.
Man, I'm gonna.
I gotta have you come back, dude. I mean, as you can see, I got the full setup. I got the full setup rolling. Everything's going full steam ahead. You know.
All right, good. I sent you a
except for my one camera that fell over.
Oh yeah, that shoddy work. I sent you a writer before, like I was like what I needed.
Yeah.
Before I got here,
it's like the trail mix.
No, I said green slutty M&Ms, and you're like, they don't make them slutty anymore, which is very upsetting.
None of this happened.
Yeah.
No. None of this happened. Didn't. Save that for when you go on The View with Jen Psaki,
dude. You're stressed out, you know, have some green M&Ms, you know.
All right, everybody. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode. Where I'm going to be a couple places. Almost fucking forgot. Michael's staring at me like, you better not fucking forget, motherfucker. So, yeah, two things. So next week, if you're hearing this is coming out at the beginning of the same week that I'm talking about. So when you hear this listening right now, this coming weekend, I am going to be in Roland, Missouri at the Cotton Patch. I'm going to be there with Tom Murphy. I'm going to be there with Hakeem. I'm going to be there with Shiva, with a bunch of fucking people. Hours and hours away in the middle of the nowhere. I've heard it's a great spot though, so I hope to God it'll be a great show, because goddamn are we driving a long way to do comedy. That's Friday, February 5th. And then the next day, February 6th, right? Is that the 6th? 4th. February 4th is Missouri. God damn it. February 4th is Missouri. February 5th, the next day. So that following Saturday, I'm going to be hauling ass back to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, because I'm doing a show at MacGyver's in Burleson. That's going to start at what time? It's going to start at 8 at MacGyver's in Burleson. So that's if you're listening to this, that's this coming Saturday, February 5th. So come check that out, because obviously if you're local to Dallas-Fort Worth area, that's going to be a lot closer than fucking Missouri. I don't know if anybody in Missouri listens to this, but if you do, I'm going to be out there the day before on February 4th. So yeah, man. But yeah, MacGyver's Saturday, February 5th in Burleson. Come out to that. It's going to be a great time. Fuck yeah, man. If you come out to that, come up to me, let me know. You heard that off the podcast. And yeah, man, keep sending me clips. Everybody, cruxcrawford@gmail.com. Send me any clips you want me to go over. Send me any clips you think are funny. I cannot find everything that's compelling all the time, because I'm only one man. So send that shit over to me. Leave me a comment on YouTube. Leave me a comment on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Follow me at Crux Crawford. Follow Mark at what is your
Mr.
shit?
Platypus 17 if you want to. I don't post anything.
That is a horrible sales pitch, dude.
I know people
Look,
care
do
about
this thing
content.
that's not that good. If you don't really want to, that's fine too. It's horrible anyway.
Believe me, don't do it. Content is king, and I am not king of it, dude. Like,
You will be though.
eventually, yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, anyway, Crux Nation, thanks so much for listening. Till next time, Crux, yeah.
Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Let me hear you say Crux, yeah.